everyone. It's so nice to see everyone here and supporting and whatnot. I actually thought, just to break the ice, here as we're on offer. I want you all to close your eyes just for a moment. All of you close your little peepers. And as I say these questions, I want the class to raise their hands. The class to raise their hands. Do you know anyone with a depression problem or possibly suicide? Do you know anyone that maybe it might be yourself that you struggle with? Or perhaps you're here because you're curious as into your depression or anyone else's because you want to help someone. Alright, good. Now keep your hands up if you answer to any of those questions. And I want you all to open your eyes. And amongst us here, don't be ashamed to hold your hand up. We all have a connection here. We're all here for a reason because of these issues. Some people don't even want to acknowledge it because it's so taboo in our society. We as human race sometimes go, especially in America, we can't know our feelings or emotions. It's so taboo. We don't talk about, especially for men. We're too masculine to worry about our own emotions, stuff we have to do and paint an image. And as women who, are seen with, oh, you're so emotional, that's what they'll dismiss as that. You're too emotional, get a grip on yourself. And sometimes, crying and doing all that jazz, admitting your weaknesses is true strength. And this is why I'm here today, because I want to show you my example of my own story that I dealt with. And I have a little card for you. And anyway, as I did my research on suicide, suicide takes the lives of nearly 40,000 Americans every year. For young people 15 to 24 years old age, who's the majority in here. Suicide is the second leading cause of death. And that was on the save.org, suicide facts. You can Google that and get the first website there. And when I saw that, I thought to myself, I could have been that percentage. How much it scared me, I could have been that factor number. And as far as I remember as a little kid, I always had a little bit of problems, I didn't really fit in that much. I would have major mood swings, I didn't understand why. I would always be feeling trapped, depressed, and I couldn't understand why. And, and that's okay, because I'm sure the majority of us felt it too. But sometimes for those who are, diagnosed with depression or don't even know they're diagnosed, it's a looming black veil over your eyes that you can't get out of. No matter how much you try, it just keeps recurring, resurfacing, and it's so hard to get it out. But that doesn't mean you're hopeless. Sometimes we're so used to our own suffering, facing it alone, because when we talk to others, other people don't know how to react. We go, oh, well, maybe you should, I don't know, go through it forever. I actually had my dad tell me that once. Like, maybe you're just suppressed yourself because you don't look good for the whole lot. And I'm thinking, let me do that. But anyway, besides jokes from that, honestly, depression, my story is, I've always had depression when I was young. I didn't understand. I always thought, oh, at school, going to see the counselors, the nice people that I played board games with. I didn't realize there were psychiatrists. The nice people were psychiatrists, and I enjoyed my time with them until maybe when I got older, I realized I kept coming here every year, talking to them, and I didn't understand why. And for a while, there was times when I stopped going because I felt so pressured by society that you need to buck up. That's it. Just deal with your problems, and that's what I did. Many 7 years I dealt with post-traumatic stress disorder and chronic depression by myself, and that was the only way I knew how to. Because when I tried to bring it up to my folks, they didn't know what to say. They would ignore it, like it was a blood spill on the floor, and they would walk over it. And it became such the norm to me. I thought, okay, maybe I'm just crazy. I'm just whatever. But that's not the case, because help is out there. We just need to get it. And the thing is, for those who are diagnosed with it, we're so enwrapped with our pain and suffering, it becomes an addiction. It becomes something so close to home. It's all we have. And we give ourselves this mentality of like, we have no one but ourselves. But that's not the case. Look at these women in front of you. Look at the club members who set this up. Sometimes when I describe that dark veil over your eyes, there's that light, but we're so used to developing our pain and to even acknowledge it, will walk right by it. And my made my condition worse. From my father telling me you need to suck it up and move on with life, even though I just broke in the house and tried to rape your mother in front of you and try to kill you. What are you crying about? So I did. I came to Rio Hondo when I was 18 years old in 2010, and my father had always told me, "You're strong. Don't tell anybody about it. Why are you crying?" So that's what I did all my years of high school, something that since I was 14, through that traumatization. But it wasn't during that year of Rio Hondo. I was first happy, enjoying my classes, but then the depression came back. The suicidal thoughts, I could just stare in numbingness at a wall for 3 hours straight. And question myself, why am I here? What's there for me? I was lost my big parents. Friends, leave me alone because shit got away. And that's when I told myself, you only got yourself. That's not true. I came to a breaking point when I found out I was failing all my classes because I was so disoriented, so out of focus. And then I realized, oh crap. I literally think I'm gonna commit suicide today. I thought about it all day, how I was gonna execute from point A. I know where mom keeps the chemicals at. I know how to mix them. I know what to take for dosage. I know where to lay down, to lay down and sleep, and to never wake up. But the more I thought about it, the more I got scared of myself, thinking, do I really want this? What about my friends that I care about? What about my girlfriend? What about all the others? Am I gonna be in this state forever? What about 20 years from now? Am I still gonna be rejected? Is it better to take the bottle now and walk away and just end it all? Or is it better to just come forward and be like, you know, enough's enough? I actually came to the Rio Hondo Student Council, the psychology center, and at first I asked for help, but they said, oh, we're booked. But I told them, I'm gonna commit suicide. If I don't have anyone right now, I'm gonna do it. Staff right away. You know, it just shows that if you really search out for help, they're gonna help you. You make room for everything. Come, let's go see a doctor. Soon enough, the doctor told me, you know what, after all that you're telling me, you need to kind of drop out of school and you need to go get more help. And that's okay, because I think you've been living in this norm for so long, your psychology thinks it's okay to be this way, but it's really not. I withdrew from school, and that's when my journey started, when I went to go see a Kaiser Permanente College psychologist, and I told him everything from how I was going to commit suicide, what I was feeling, and how many years I've been dealing with it by myself. I mean, my own psychological behavior was out of whack. And he told me, you know what, I'm sorry to say, but you are a danger to yourself and to others, and I'm going to take you to the Kaiser Permanente Hospital in LA. Was I scared? Yeah. And most people think if I talk to my problems, this is what's going to happen. They're going to send me away. And you know what? They did. Because it was for my safety. And they think, I'm going to be in a straitjacket. I'm going to be crazy. No. Most people may have a misconception about that. Honestly, you could go 3 levels. There's volunteer level. If you really feel you're not safe yourself, you could go to your local mental hospital, volunteer yourself. And as soon as you see a doctor, and they tell you what's happening, you know, they want you in a safe environment to try prescription medications, you know, just get to know you, talk to your problems. Then once you feel a little safer with yourself, you're free to go in your own field. The second level is a little more confined because you might need a longer time there. And the first level, that one's just where you might be a little, so I wouldn't know, I've never been that level, but was I scared? Yeah. I remember looking at this with the big glass window thinking, I'm in the middle of LA at night in a mental hospital. What if the zombie apocalypse happens? What am I gonna do? So even the little lights, you could try to amuse yourself and not think about, you know, the bad things. Because I was scared, but I think it was the scariest scariest part was because I'm finally facing this problem. And people were nice, actually. And it wasn't everything that, what Hollywood makes. Like, that's like one of the biggest factors. Hollywood is very, oh, you're gonna be thrown away, the pills are gonna make you crazy, and everyone treats you like crap, and then, no, that's the people were very nice. They were very tending to me, but they also were very firm to know that, we're gonna keep an eye on you because we don't want you to do anything. At first, I was stubborn to take the medication because once again, I was like, I know what medication does. It's gonna make me, worse, and I refused medication, and I believe that was my first mistake. Eventually, I only stood there for a week. Because I was like, I need to do some priority registration for next year's semester. I'm ready, let's go. I'm done with this vacation. The food was great. God, I felt like a gain weight. Again, you're overfeeding me. I love your food. Eventually, I got out, but did getting help really make me feel help? No, sadly not, because I ignored everything they said. I was once again too stubborn, too comfortable with myself. Yeah, I did it on my own. I'm fine, but no. I thought I could convince myself I'm okay, and I settled in once again. I didn't go back to school, I got a job instead. And over the years, yeah, I'm making money, it's fine. What about school? It was kind of a trigger for me that I was too scared to go back to school to my failures. Oh, I'm in debt, I don't know what to do. And I was in the same hole again. Eventually, I got the scare of my life. Having post-traumatic stress disorder, truth be told, I didn't know I was diagnosed with chronic depression, post-traumatic stress disorder, because I didn't allow it to help me. I decided I'm going back to the world, I'm going to do what I can. It wasn't until work I had an episode. I got triggered by a man who reminded me of my father. He talked to me in a certain way, said something, a certain sentence, and he triggered me. And it started with a feeling of disorientation, an overwhelming anxiety, and I literally felt I was underneath a waterfall, plummeting down, and I couldn't get up. I couldn't focus. And this one thing that scared me most was sometimes feeling suicide depression doesn't inflict pain on yourself, but it inflicts pain on others. Sometimes we don't externally harm ourselves to end the pain. Sometimes we'll do it to others, such as the Colorado shootout. It can end more than just ending your life. It can end others if you let it, depending on how you let it out. I felt like I was going to hurt this man. I had every desire to hurt this man. And I didn't even know who that person was. Eventually, I went to the bathroom and I just calmed myself down. I was so scared of it. I was planning on how I could take his life, where I could get him, and that's here. It wasn't until I realized, the older I got, the more it was getting worse. Eventually, I came to church going, probably the biggest, bravest step I could do was just go back to help. No more lying to psychiatrists, no more being stubborn to the pills. It's time to admit you need hope. And the road to recovery is not all flowers and sunshine. Yes, it is painful. You're facing your demons, you're facing yourself, but it's not impossible. My brothers, my sisters, we're all under here with one common cause. I did get help. I'm still getting help. I do have anger management. I do have little side lessons to deal with my post-traumatic stress disorder, and I do take Zoloft medication for my depression. Yeah, it works. But because you have a pill doesn't mean that I can be free to do anything. It's not the answer. It's just a little helping cause. But only you are your cure. You have to solve it. So you can't rely on that pill. I need that fix. No. You are the cure. And let others come in. That's what I learned. I was blocking everyone out, not realizing maybe people do come on to help me. So I was so absorbed in myself, so absorbed in my addiction, my pain. But I'm finally better. 2014. Yeah, it's a constant struggle. It doesn't go away. But I know better. I cope with it. Look at all these people here. Look at every one of you here to learn and to help others. Educate yourself. I came back in 2014. I know what I want in life. And I thank God with the help of Rio Hondo was the first step to get help. I want to thank you all today for coming and open your mind, your heart, your being. And remember, there's always hope if you don't have to face it alone. even those who don't have any type of illness of sort, take what you learned today and give it to those who know. All it takes is just that one supporting hand to help pull that person out of darkness. Thank you so much. Sorry if it took a little longer.